All right, so this Saturday night or Sunday, depending where you are, you have Manny Pacquiao versus Lucas Matthysse for one of these versions of the WBA belt. There's so many versions, so I'm not even going to try to remember which one it is because I really don't care. Um, but of course, anytime Manny Pacquiao fights, it's a big event still because of his obvious legendary status. I do hear a lot of talk about Manny Pacquiao should retire um, because he's not quite as good as he used to be, right? And I could agree with that to an extent that he is not as good as he was, let's say, 5 years ago, right? I mean, do I expect him to be that good? No, but he's still good enough to beat top fighters in the welterweight division, in the top 10. That's my belief. Of course, there's Manny Pacquiao fans that don't want to see him on a decline and risk a chance of maybe losing a fight to like someone like Lucas Matthysse, who's a very good fighter, maybe a little bit past his prime as well. And of course, you have the haters of Manny Pacquiao who just don't want to see him anymore. So, which leads us to this fight Saturday night. I still believe that Pacquiao is good enough to beat fighters like a Lucas Matthysse, who is past, or at least it seems he's past his better days. He is 35 years old, I believe, and the Manny Pacquiao, who's 40 or going on 40. But I still see Manny Pacquiao is too fast for him. Even Matthysse in his prime wasn't the fastest fighter. Always a good combination puncher. Always enjoyed the way he would set things up with his lead left because he's an orthodox fighter. It seemed like he had a lot of power in that. He could set it up. He can set up combinations with that right, especially when he had to use it against faster fighters like a Zab Judah. Is he still capable of that? I see a little bit of little spots here and there in his last previous fight where he did use that, where he would set up his left his left to set up the right hand, the combination punching, right? Where he has a lot of power in that left, but he seems slower. And Manny Pacquiao, from judging from his last fight, and you don't know going into this fight because it's been like a year or over a year already, whether he lost some speed or precision, sharpness, right? All that can play into it, but it seems like, judging from his last fight, he'll still be able to pick off or get there a lot faster than Lucas Matthysse and win the fight. And that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting him to beat Matthysse, maybe even by stoppage. I can see that. Matthysse is one of those rare fighters at welterweight that are the same size as Manny Pacquiao, right? Maybe a little bit heavier in weight naturally, but in terms of height, they're more or less the same height. Maybe he's an inch taller, if that, than Manny Pacquiao. But yeah, I mean, would I prefer Manny Pacquiao to fight someone better than Matthysse, or Matthysse from a couple of years ago? This would have been a better fight. Who knows? Maybe it all adds up, right? You got Pacquiao, who's older. Matthysse is older as well, but he can still bang, and Pacquiao can still box. I expect his movement to be a little bit too much for Matthysse. I think he'll be able to have success darting in and out when he needs to. Beating him on points is more likely what I see happening, although I do see I can see a scenario where he gets the stoppage. But I still think Pacquiao is still too good for Matthysse. But you never know, right? That's why I want to see this fight. You never know. Maybe Pacquiao, versus Matthysse. Maybe at this point it might be a little bit too much for a guy like Matthysse. I don't expect that, but that's boxing, and if Pacquiao could put up a great performance against Matthysse, there's going to be a lot of buzz for him to fight someone else, someone with a bigger name. Either way, I just want to catch any Manny Pacquiao fights, whatever's left, and yeah, I will be watching this fight. I won't be getting on ESPN Plus. I say that now, but I think I'm gonna stick to that. I'll find a way to watch this fight somehow. I'm entitled to change my mind if I wanted to, just to catch this fight. Let's see what happens. Anyway, that is my video. Peace.